Pisces. Welcome to Pure Tarot. I'm doing your June reading. We're already mid-year. And I hope it's been extraordinary so far. And I think it'll be even more extraordinary in the second half. So those are just my thoughts from the yearly reading I did at the beginning of the year for you. I remember, you know, the rest of I guess, the second half of the year, I remember how important it is for you. And I hope it is actually playing out so nicely. Anyway, I'm gonna dive in and pull a Forest of the Fae card for you. Let's see what these have to say. The reading I did spoke of a major move. There's one card that flipped. I feel some of you Pisces could be relocating, even immigrating. So we have the Fairy Harper. Find the words to long forgotten songs and dance to the music in your soul. So having your own rhythm, your own tune, and you know, moving in accordance to that particular personal rhythm. That's interesting. Oh, that is so beautiful. I can't even make this up. There's a card that flipped. This is my French deck. Amour. This means love. The reading I did, the yearly reading, spoke of love and that you would be relocating for love, because of a new major relationship. It's amazing. You know, I also want to say the harp, you know, there's a lot of, I guess, at least for me, right, a lot of imagery around the harp speaks of celestial music, right? Something very, very angelic, from another realm. The sound of the harp is very special. So because I said angelic, I'm tempted to say that you're protected, you're really guided. I think there's something happening, the energy of love, like at large, right? The universe, which is love. You're really connecting with that, and you're really in tune, right, to that rhythm as well, right? Like, it's not just your own, it's like you Pisces, right, by being able to connect very vastly, I don't know, there's something particular this year for you. You also could have been a lot more in touch with love in general, right? Always gearing your meditations towards opening your heart, breathing through your heart, seeing with your heart. maybe having a huge emphasis on what love is, what it means for you. Maybe working more intently on expressing love, being love, which would somehow, I want to say bring in love for you, but I mean, because it becomes one, right? If you are love, love comes to you as well. It's very profound. It's also very mystical. It's a mystical experience. It also feels, let's say it's worldly love. Let's say you've fallen in love deeply and you're entering a, I don't know, major relationship with the love of your life, for instance. It's the chance of a lifetime. It's once in a lifetime kind of thing, right? That kind of energy. It's really beautiful. I have to say, it's making me very serene. I'm getting emotional, but I feel serene. Yeah, I love it. So, no cards are coming out by themselves. I'm gonna pull. I'm laughing, I'll tell you why. There's 2 extra cards in this deck, and I just pulled one of them. And it's the first time I pull it, so... I'm building a Celtic cross for you, because I have the opportunity to draw the cards instead of having them fall. Okay, I'll leave it out because I did look at it. Okay, so this is the card I was telling you about. It's called the Well. Number 22. So we're in 2022. This is a significant year, especially for Pisces. And one of the reasons is because of that major conjunction that occurred between Neptune and Jupiter in Pisces back in April. So, you know, it's interesting. It's the well. The well is filled with water. So a lot of the water symbolism, you're a water sign. So, you know, we have the card of love. I mean, it's all linked, right? All emotions, all love. So in this case, the well is in reverse. It's really interesting. I'm almost tempted to switch all the cards. I usually read upright and reversed. I've pulled them as such. I'm tempted to read them only upright, but they've been laid down, so I'm gonna read them as such. I'm not familiar with the well so much. Let me just grab, sorry. Just quickly grab a tiny booklet. It speaks of, so the astrological correspondence, it's written Gaia, so that would be Mother Earth. The well is a birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, and knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. So in reverse, the words would be stagnant and endings. But you could also see it as the well is dry, right? So it's the same idea. You could have experienced a lack of emotions, a lack of love in the past, or for a long time, right? It could have been, I'm hearing the words single note, almost like the same note playing for you. Always yeah, feeling like you're maybe disconnected. What I was describing about, you have this opportunity of connecting very mystically to this energy of love in capital letters, right? And maybe it wasn't always the case. This is followed by, it's crossed, I should say, by Temperance in reverse. So definitely you would have had quite a hard time balancing out your emotions. Again, the movements, what's being mixed here is the waters are being mixed from one vase into the other. So for me, it points to ups and downs in terms of your own emotions, and even going through ups and downs in your relationships, definitely. Because of all the water energy here, like the well, the temperance. I also feel you could have been really, really impatient with life, with yourself as well, and with others ultimately. In your relationship, right? It might have been, I get again the word, I get keynote. It would have been the keynote of, or the basic note of most of your relationships for a long time. The foundation is the world in reverse, so you would have felt a lot of unfinished business with a few people. So you could have had one or two or more different kinds of relationship, maybe in different areas of your life, that have left you unfulfilled and unsatisfied, and maybe unstable emotionally by extension, right? I'm hearing it's been a theme. Crowning you is the Seven of Cups. It's a really interesting card to have at this point, because I feel you would have almost scattered yourself, right, into many, many different relationships. I'm not saying you would have necessarily entertained more than one lover. That's not what I'm really implying here, but definitely you would have spread yourself thin. And I think it also points to the numerous unfinished, unfulfilling relationships that you would have accumulated, right? So it's not just one. I think you might have had like a series, and so a repetitive pattern of feeling very empty with the well in reverse, feeling left unbalanced, off keel, and without a sense of closure in maybe up to 7 different or within 7 occurrences, or 7 it doesn't have to be 7, I'm just using 7 because it's the 7 of Cups, but at least a couple, if not maybe even 3, many. And they wouldn't have necessarily have been some simultaneous, right? Entertained simultaneously. They could have just been, like I said, accumulated over time. So in the past, you have this Queen of Swords. I think maybe one of the things that have left you without a sense of closure is you cutting off very abruptly, many times, from people, things, jobs, situations, family members, friends, you know, whatever type of relationship, but even situations, you know, having this sort of, I did mention impatience, right, with the Temperance in reverse, some irritability, and a lot of susceptibility, right? So reacting very quickly and abruptly, and in a way that would be cutting off ties, but leaving yourself totally unfulfilled, empty, without answers and without any growth. Hence also maybe why, if we take another meaning of the 7 of Cups, leaving you confused, unsure of which direction to take. What's really amazing that is shifting for you is the near future. You have the Ace of Pentacles. So I'm telling you, you're really being graced this year. The universe is extending an amazing opportunity. I really love this card. I want you to see, it's 2 hands, right? I find that really, really beautiful. There's something very loving about this gesture. It's not just usually the Ace of Pentacles is just the pentacles being extended out, but there's something really sweet about how this is being, now I'm seeing the egg, right? So if you have a golden egg project, this would be the golden egg, and because you would want to protect it more, you'd be holding it with 2 hands instead of just presenting it, balancing in the palm of your hand, right? You'd make sure it wouldn't fall and break. It's just analogies to show you that there's an extra care and there's extra nurturing on your part, and even maybe on the universe's part, in gifting you this opportunity. It's really beautiful. Being the Ace of Pentacles, it could be a financial windfall. You could have sudden money that enables you to finally do something you love. It could be taken as such. It could be just a new relationship, right? Because we are talking about love here. With the amour. Okay, let's explore the rest. How you're feeling is the Nine of Swords in reverse. So you're absolutely I have the words breaking free from your mental prison. Usually it's the Eight of Swords that creates a mental prison, but the Nine of Swords, all of your fears that you're projecting and the stress that ensues and the self-created difficulties for yourself, right? And they're created in the mind. So all of that is dissipating, right? I think that probably Temperance, you've worked on balancing yourself, your emotions. Almost, you know, Pisces is the glyph is these two fishes that are swimming in opposite directions. They are linked by one string from one mouth of on each fish. So they're connected through this string, but they are swimming in opposite directions. So any Piscean, to a certain degree, will experience, especially younger, a lot of contradictions. And so that is also sort of reflected in this idea of the Temperance with reconciling opposites within yourselves, within yourself, right? So even like opposing desires, or even how you perceive yourself to be. So the Nine of Swords is another being in reverse here. It's and being in a position of how do you say, how you perceive yourself, or how you almost what your state of being is at the moment, is really a beautiful confirmation that you've done the work, that you've I have the word, you've blasted through whatever these negative thoughts were, self-defeating mostly. In your environment, so who is surrounding you, you have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. In this card, let me show you the card. So I do have to say, maybe this new opportunity is gonna, and I'm gonna have to say it now because it does tie in with telling you very strongly with the yearly reading I did for you, because it did speak of if you were moving and if you're immigrating or just relocating, like we're talking not just like in a different neighborhood, like different town, like something a lot more major, a lot more that there's a bigger upheaval here, uprooting your life. This would show here, it's confirmed or being, it's being validated by the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. You would probably have to cut ties with the people you consider your family. Could be your family per se, even your job, whatever earns you money, right? Whatever's been your stability and your comfort zone, for whatever's been known to you, that's in reverse here in the environment. So it's showing me that you're either breaking free or at least uprooting that, which can be quite difficult. And that was in the yearly reading. It was mentioned that you will find it difficult. There's a part of it is a sacrifice. So, you know, although maybe this new love is drawing you and there's anything and everything is positive about it, right? And is absolutely everything you've ever wanted. Probably the biggest dream you've ever had is actually manifesting and happening. But you still have to let go of certain things, give up certain things, you know, so there's a sacrifice. And we see it here as well with the Hangman, being in the hopes and fears. The Hangman speaks of sacrifices. Pisceans, by definition, are usually the sign that has the deepest almost most natural ability to self-sacrifice themselves for the benefit of others. I'm not saying you should do it without, remember, love at large should be also including self-love. If not, that should be the priority, I guess, for me. Should always remain the priority. But we're talking about sacrifices probably related to, you know, the changes that are occurring. And, you know, I don't sense that it's something that you would forget yourself and forget who you are in the process. Not at all. There's also maybe in the hopes and fears, there's going to be maybe some waiting, some transitioning here. And also maybe one of the hopes would be, again, having this amazing mystical experience, connecting deeply with this kind of love, you know, that could be basically declined in so many ways, right? A true lover, like maybe the person of like your once in a lifetime partner, your self-love being taken to a new heights, just love in general, connecting with the divine. I mean, all of those spheres, they're all happening at once. So it's creating this particular experience for you that is, that's why I used the word profound before. It is so deep, which is interesting because we did have the well at the beginning, and the well is, you know, you have wells that are not so deep, but usually wells are quite deep, you know. And Pisceans do have a depth to them, you know, if you think about, you know, the depths of the ocean, even the immensity of space out there, this galactic space, the cosmos, I should say. And then the outcome is the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So it's interesting because in the environment we had the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. And now we have the Queen of Pentacles in reverse. So part of the sacrifices that you're making relate to a lot of things that are your belongings. You might have to get rid of a lot of your stuff. I'm also sensing that the reason she's in reverse, the outcome feels, because it's a loss of security, right? You're leaving everything that's comfortable, familiar, known, and probably that has been your bedrock, maybe for your whole life, since forever, right? So it's leaving you this opportunity, this Ace of Pentacles. It's almost like you need to, it's like impoverishment before wealth. And it doesn't have to be just wealth. I mean, but it is related to possessions. We're not talking about emotions or ideas here. This is really the Pentacles. So if it's not just the tangibles and the physical possessions, it's definitely your sense of safety, security, stability. You might feel shaken. You might feel scared. I use the word scared because I think there's insecurity in the Queen of Pentacles being in reverse. There's a form of insecurity there. It's really gonna shake you, right? It's gonna go to, it's gonna ask you to really go deep within. It's gonna ask you to really, really work on that balance. It feels like you're gonna have to put that at the forefront, almost like on a daily practice, like a daily routine of checking with yourself, checking in with yourself, and maybe almost starting your mornings by making sure you're balanced before tackling anything. Simply to put yourself back in the zone, right, of being in the best place to allow what is happening and to actually be able to create. And I use the word create because of the Ace of Pentacles. And because we're talking about love in general, there's a lot of creativity in love. It's an energy of life. It's a powerful reading. Super happy for you, Pisces. I'm gonna draw a love oracle card. I'm telling you, this reading is out of this world. You have ideal romance. Look at this card. Look at this angel with red wings. I'm putting him under the card of love. Okay, I have to read out of the book for this one. It's too good. Okay, let me show you the text. Hopefully it's clear, but then let me read it. It says, close your eyes. So the love story. Cupid appears to the young lover, offering a vision of the ideal romance. It is perfection, it is bliss, it is peace, and it is all within reach. And you're grabbing it with both hands. With the angel of love standing before the young lover, any and everything is possible and indeed manifest. This is a vision of ideal romance, love at its very best. The action. Write yourself a letter detailing your ideal situation. This doesn't necessarily need to concern romantic endeavors. This can be a letter about any particular aspect of your life. We did speak about self-love, right? And mystical divine love. This can be a letter about define your ideal. Emphasize your real goals and wishes for your life. Now mail that letter back to yourself through the post and off and open it up again when the time is right. Have you manifested your vision? Thank yourself for all your progress and insight. The meditation, close your eyes and allow Cupid to appear before you. Almost like magically. Allow a vision of your ideal perception of love to form. And the affirmation, I see my ideal vision of love in my mind's eye. I manifest harmony in my life. It's so beautiful. Pisces, this is one of the beautiful readings I've done, and I have to say I'm happy I had the intuition of mentioning the yearly reading I did for you, because it really ties in. It's almost like a mid-year check for you. Are you onto that timeline, that higher timeline? And it's absolutely confirming that you are following that higher timeline. It's incredible. I'm really, really happy for you. I hope you know that. So on this note, I bid you good night. Please like the video, do share, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you soon. Thank you.